is in the air here at New Hampshire. From New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome to Darlington Throwback Weekend. Throwback Weekend 150 presented by Disabled Military Veterans. If you don't know what that is, you will soon. It is a special equipment sim racing rig made by Eric Minch, who is working on it. And anybody that has any kind of disabilities that want to get into sim racing, make sure you contact him. He'll have more information. We'll have more information as well on our website. Anyway, tonight is the night where the throwbacks come out. And we go kind of back to old school. You're going to see a lot of paints between the 1985 and 1989. Some paints even a little bit newer than that, some 2000s. But multiple paints that you're going to see tonight. And just a bunch of stuff. As we watch a couple of paints, we're going to go out and show you. I'm joined in the booth by Derek Pemberton. Derek, you with me?
Of course.
Derek, let's look at some of these paints that's out on track tonight. Let's go ahead and hop over to Joshua Banks, driver number 36, Budweiser. A little bit different paint. Any information you know on it?
Let's see. Joshua Banks. This is a Dale Jr. throwback. Of course, I believe this is the one that is. I'm trying to think.
Junior ran this throwback one time.
Yeah, he did run it at one time. And of course, all these paints do have. A question was asked to each driver that is running one of these throwback paints tonight, and the question is, why did you choose this paint scheme? And Joshua said that I'm a fan of the Earnhardt legacy, from Ralph all the way up to Dale Jr. So of course he's gonna, I guess, represent Dale Jr. tonight, running that awesome-looking Budweiser 36 car.
Yeah, which is pretty cool because if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like Ralph Earnhardt's older paint scheme. A little bit different, of course, but it's based off that. Also, Michael Trevarthian. Not much of an explanation needed here if you're a fan of NASCAR. This is the number 31 car, of course, driven Chevrolet. Was driven by Bill Elliott at the time. So it's pretty cool. He honestly, he was going to run a Russ through all his paint scheme, but was taken, so he decided to run Austinville from Dawsonville. Of course, his paint was run in 1987, and honestly, out of all the Bill Elliott paint schemes, I think that may be one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's an awesome looking paint. I wasn't, you know, whenever I think about the old guys, you know, which guys, if they were alive now, or not alive, but if they were still racing, yeah, I would have liked Bill Elliott just because of how he was, and his paint schemes just looked awesome, and I really love that paint scheme.
I agree, and it's going to be cool to see Chase run, you know, the number 9, and a throwback, of course, tomorrow during the Cup race, kind of resemble his dad. All right, next up, Brandon Puffenberger. What do you got on Brandon?
Brandon Puffenberger, let's see.
Everybody knows his paint, though.
Yeah. To be very specific, this was the 1989 DW Daytona 500 winner. And the reason why he chose this paint was because he had originally chose a Bodine car, but he wanted to try something different, so he threw on this great-looking Tide car, which I actually really do like that car. And also, I guess, you know, who else would you want to put on your car besides DW? Yeah,
I remember when he did the shuffle thing, the Iggy shuffle when he went Daytona 500. That was one of the most iconic, you know, I guess you could say victories in all of NASCAR. So that's really cool. Of course, we spoke about Joshua Banks. Kyle Frame, everybody knows this iconic paint scheme. Davey Allison, growing up, and I can kind of resemble this looking at what, you know, like Derek said, the drivers was asked why they run a certain paint scheme. So Kyle Frame, of course, out here in the number 57, Haviline Chevrolet with the same kind of paint scheme that Davey used to run. But Kyle ran this one. This was driven, of course, 1988. His mom was a huge Davey Allison fan. That's what kind of hits with me because my mom was also a huge Davey Allison fan. And then she switched to Ernie Irvan after he passed away. But, of course, that is the same year that he died, I believe. And also, Kyle's running this one because that's the same year he was born, 1988. And but the main reason why he's a fan of racing is because his parents got him involved. So pretty cool to see, you know, this type of paint scheme. Who we got next? Landon Lacey. Derek, talk us through that one. Originally, it was going to be driven by you.
Yeah, and then things happened. We're not gonna get in that.
I guess I should probably tell them about this paint scheme, shouldn't I?
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
So I made this paint scheme. Landon Lacey's driving that now. It is the peak antifreeze throwback to Kyle Petty, 1989. One reason why I actually did choose this paint scheme, Landon was awesome enough to run it, which is cool for him. As you watch him get around the track right now, as we hop on board, you can kind of see how he's driving his track as well. But one reason why I decided to run this paint scheme is, one, because the peak antifreeze series is in iRacing. And I thought, what a pretty cool way to honor, I guess, the peak antifreeze guys as well. And, you know, they're pretty cool, and most of them are pretty much down to earth. But I was also a big fan of Kyle Petty's mullet. Like, that is the greatest hairstyle ever made. So, that's why I decided to run it.
Yeah, I really liked that paint whenever it originally was given to me. I absolutely loved that paint. So,
yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, I guess I do get to watch it go around the track. You know, I guess a little bit different than only getting to look at the hood of it. But I mean, that's a great paint, and I'm hoping that I really do like it. So hopefully he does good here tonight with it.
Next up, Nate Anderson, which is a really cool car, by the way. This is the number 7. Of course, Nate driving this one tonight. Alan Kawicki, if you don't know a lot about Alan Kawicki, honestly, he is one of the best drivers to ever grace NASCAR. Unfortunately, passed away. I believe it was a helicopter crash that killed him. But Nate chose this paint because Alan Kawicki, of course, a childhood hero, like he is to a lot of people, as you see Nate get the Darlington stripe. But a very cool paint scheme nonetheless. He started racing at all the local tracks around Wisconsin, which is up towards where Nate lives and stuff like that, and is very much respected. Not only there, he's respected everywhere. That is a very cool paint and a very cool tribute that Nate Anderson was doing, and I absolutely do love that paint scheme. It's really cool. Let's see, Sean Lejeune. Do we got anything on Sean? I don't know if we actually got anything.
Yes, we do. It's a Brett Hearn.
Brett Hearn.
Brett Hearn.
Yep.
I cannot read tonight.
You're having trouble with that.
Yeah. 1989. He says that the colors and the simplistic design, and because I don't think a lot of people know about this paint.
Do you know a lot about Brett Hearn?
I can't even pronounce his name, so probably not. No.
He was born in 1958. He's 59 years old now, but if I'm not mistaken, he still races in like a modified sprint car, I believe. Which is really cool that he's able to, to kind of bring this car. He runs a dirt cars, super dirt car series, and is a full-time modified stock car driver now. And he also competes in the super dirt car series. He did have some time in NASCAR as well. If I'm not mistaken, he actually I think he was in NASCAR. I don't know much about it, but he won a lot of championships. So I'm sitting here looking. This man has a ton of championships. I mean, there is so many. I don't know how many I would even count that as. But it's like ridiculous. Even I'm not even going to try to say all them championships. That is absolutely insane. So pretty cool, and a very cool honor for Sean to actually, represent somebody different. Next up, Jeff Smith in the number 61 car, which is a pretty cool paint. It's hard to get an exact view of the front of it. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there, guys. You can see the front of it here, which is really cool, and that is Richie Evans, I believe.
Yes, Richie Evans.
And if you don't know who Richie Evans is, I didn't know a ton about him, and Derek didn't. Derek, why don't you explain what he did, if you remember?
He won 8 straight championships in the wheeling
the
modified series.
The national NASCAR modified champion, yeah.
8 straight championships.
He's a 9-time champion. 8 straight championships. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's multiple reasons why he's driving this car for Jeff. He drove the 61, which is the greatest modified racer, and after seeing what I've read tonight, he is the greatest modified driver that I've seen. Let's see, and this is the only number in NASCAR to officially ever be retired. And Richie Evans did pass away at Martinsville, which is absolutely insane, but I did not know that, actually. So that's why Jeff and I actually like that. It's pretty cool. It's kind of got like the modified exhaust on the side, which is really cool. Of course, you
Oh,
see
is
some
that?
of the
That's
sponsors.
what
That
that
is. It's
is.
pretty neat. Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty neat. I like that. Qualifying getting underway. We're still not done with the paints as we get ready to go out. Austin Marion, let's see him. And this paint's iconic. It's going to reset here, but we're going to talk about it anyway. This paint is really iconic, and I like it a lot because he is one of my favorite drivers after reading a lot about his life, and that's Tim Richmond. And if you don't know who Tim Richmond is, of course he died because of HIVs and stuff like that. But you got to look past all that. He started off in IndyCar, worked his way to NASCAR, and drove the number 25, and was honestly one of the best drivers. And same, we can't show you the paint right now because he's not on the track. But once he pops up, we will pop it back up. But one of the greatest cars ever, and there's Austin now popping back up in the old Milwaukee car. So a really cool paint scheme. I know Derek, I know you didn't know a lot about him. You didn't know, but he was in open wheel racing. He could have went down, honestly, and I hate saying this, but since he passed away, but he could have went down in history as one of the best to ever drive. Unfortunately, he did pass away because of the HIV and stuff like that. But it's a really cool paint scheme and a really cool tribute. Of course, Rick Hendrick was the owner of that car, so it's really cool. Next up, I know we haven't been through everybody. Jeremy Rigney. Oh, Jeremy Rigney is out there. As soon as I find him. There he is in your number 11, Skull car. And of course, some people around here don't know what Skull is. Not going to mention no names. And if you don't know who this is, he is driving this car. That is Rick Mast. And very cool tribute to him as well. Driven in 1991. And honestly, he's driving it for whatever reason. He always remembered him who sat on the pole at the inaugural Brickyard 400 in 94. So that's pretty cool. Very cool paint scheme. I love that yellow on the side of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see the yellow. I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, now I do see that yellow.
Got Eric Borelli out there as well, and another throwback paint scheme. Sorry, guys, we're going through all these throwback paint schemes because it is a throwback night. You got anything on Borelli? I was looking.
Let me look here. Borelli.
I don't see anything about that. I don't, but I know that's a throwback, but I can't remember what car.
I can't even tell what it is. What is it? E-Services? Is that what I'm saying?
No, you see fast signs on the front.
Okay, fast
signs.
Oh,
it's gold and red. And if I'm not mistaken, let me bring in Eric real fast. Hey, Eric, you got me?
Yeah, right, I'm good, brother.
Hey, man, look at your paint scheme. What throwback is that? I know it, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Smoke ran it a year
That's
or so
right.
ago.
That's
yeah,
right.
For AJ Foyt.
Yep, and when he wore the whole suit for Coca-Cola and stuff.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Go out there and give them what you can tonight. Sorry, I'm up here talking about the paint schemes, and I had to find out what that was.
Fair enough, brother. Sounds good.
Thanks, buddy. So that was ran by Tony Stewart, by the way. It used to say Coca-Cola on the side, of course, and stuff like that. So a very cool tribute for that because Tony Stewart did retire, so pretty cool. We're missing a couple paint schemes that we cannot see. We cannot see Todd Craze. We cannot see Eric Minch's. Don't know why. It's something going on. I don't know. Trading paint, something. But we cannot see the 00 car. Derek, if you could get me a screenshot of their cars and send it to me, we will post it up.
Let's
if you
see.
can see it.
Yeah, okay. I'll get my best to get them.
I think he can see it, and I want to try to post them up on the broadcast. That way, everybody will have a chance to see and talk about their paint schemes.
Facebook?
Yeah, just send it to me on Facebook. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So yeah, that's most of your paint schemes. I think we got all of them. If we didn't, we'll get them. Right now, Todd Craze sits on the pole in the number 21 car. And we got about a minute left here. We're not going to get the national anthem in at the moment. Guys, there's something cool that you can do that this league is bringing you. If you go to this link that I am posting you right now and click that, you can vote for your favorite paint scheme. Do not vote until we show all the paint schemes. I want to make sure everybody's got a fair vote, such as Eric Minch and, of course, Todd Craig's not on the list, but I want to make sure Eric Minch is on there. Actually, he is driving a 1987 Brett Bodine car, but for some reason I can't.
You should have both.
Okay.
No, I have both.
We're going to get that up because I want to make sure everybody does see his paint scheme, and it gets justice because I don't want to, You know what I'm saying?
Not show it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the deal. We want to let you guys know that, you know, some of these guys really worked hard on their paints.
Yeah, some of them did. So I want to make sure all of them get it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just it. I mean, we still want to show,
really nice.
you know, that we, yeah.
So we'll get Eric's up here right now. And by the way, Derek, you actually got the whole, when I say you get the picture, you got the whole daggone screenshot, did you? All right, so
you told me a screenshot.
There's Eric Minch's paint that we see right now. Of course, that is driven by Brett Bodine as we start the grid here. Brett Bodine drove that car, Darlington, 1987, one of the first Busch North races that Eric ever went to with his late godfather, which is very cool. And so there's that paint scheme. Well, we're going to try to get some pictures here throughout the night and try to show these cars. I'll work on getting some pictures throughout the night, and whenever we come back from commercial break and stuff like that, we'll show them. So as the car's grid, you see Todd Cray out in front as we get ready to roll here. Remember, go to that link that I posted and get your vote in. Who do we want to talk to? Let's get our picks in real fast, Eric.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I was doing things. Pick. Based on what I see in qualifying and kind of based off previous thoughts, I've got to go with Joshua Banks.
Okay, I'm going to go with Michael Trevarthian to pick up starting second. I believe starting second. Actually, not.
By the way, pre-race already EOLs being handed out. Jimmy Rigney will be going to the tail end of the field. I'm guessing he didn't get his. He did not get the required thing. Yep. Yeah, he didn't get the required laps, so he will. He'll have to go to the rear.
Okay, real fast. I want to bring in another person. Eric Minch, you got me?
Yes, sir.
So I'm having trouble seeing your paint, but we're going to make sure we show it all night so everybody, you know, can see it and stuff like that. Real fast, disabled military veterans. Tell everybody what it's about that don't know, and give us a little bit more explanation on your paint before we go green.
All right. This was actually with the paint. This car, the reason it was colored this way was because the owner's wife could not see the car because she had bad eyesight.
Really?
Yeah, it was originally white. If you've seen today's race, you've seen Cole Custer drive the same thing.
That is
except
cool,
for it was white.
All right, so tell us a little bit about disabled military veterans before we go green. And, yeah.
Trying to weave through here. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Disabled military vets, basically, it started out as a concept a few years ago. And what it was just for a bunch of disabled military vets to support each other with racing. Well, now I'm turning it into a business where I'm going to be sitting down making sim rigs to where people who are disabled can sit there and race.
All right, man. We're going to bring you back in here under the first caution and talk to you some more about that. And good luck tonight.
All right.
Thanks, buddy. All right, Derek, bring us to the green flag. This is a big race.
This is, and it is going to be a fairly short one, I do believe, as pace car is down here, as Todd Craig is ready to bring him to the green. And we are green here at Darlington for the Throwback weekend.
Really looking forward to this race. This should be a very good one.
Todd Cray already, he almost didn't clear that 31 getting off into one. It looked like he was coming up, but they get single file is what we kind of expect for Darlington. Everyone to kind of get single file pretty quickly. You don't want to be too wide for too many laps here, because suddenly the gap between you and that other car just kind of seem like you seem to gravitate toward each other, or you're going to be in the wall if you're on the outside.
Yeah, Darlington Stripe, very famous here. We're just seeing a 57 get into it just a little bit. That is number 2 now that we've counted so far for the Darlington Stripes. We're going to try to keep count of that. Last night we had 18 so far the last night Darlington Stripes. So Lana Lacey gets into it just a little bit, so that will be
Kyle Frame is
blinking really bad.
But he looked like he's got some damage already.
Yeah, he
I
hit
don't
the
know
wall
how
pretty
much.
good.
So that's probably not going to be very good for him. Is actually, we got kind of a 3-car breakaway here with Todd Cray, Michael Trevarthian, and Joshua Banks. Looks like that Cray's been able to get away, but now Joshua looks like he's starting to run down Trevarthian a little bit.
Joshua led a race high last night. 88.
Oh, we got a spinner on the back.
Sean LeJeune, and caution will not fly because welcome to Darlington. That's what happens on iRacing. Caution will not fly for that. And you'll see what happened coming off turn number 2. Gets a little bit of wheel spin as we watch him watch the replay. Gets actually a little bit of the apron.
Yeah, he was at the top, and I think he may have been trying to get to the bottom to try to get, that's how you kind of run. You get it down to the bottom, then you get it back up next to the wall as you completely exit. I think he was just trying to get too much there and end up spinning it out.
You see a pretty good gap all the way back to Jeff Smith. He's back in 4th place right now. Jeff actually up quite a few spots. He started in 8th, up 4 spots already. Of course, Kyle Frame right behind him. Jeff had a really good run going last night, and unfortunately got too much of the wall and was taken out. Of course, Landon Lacey back here. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just sitting here looking at it. Brandon Puffenberger didn't go to the grid.
I noticed that.
I'll get more on that here in a moment.
Okay.
Don't
Landon
exactly
Lacey
know.
taking a peek underneath Jeremy Rigney. Of course, Jeremy Rigney, gets into the wall. That is
into
number
the
3.
wall.
That's more than a
That
dollar's
was
drop, though.
That's. Yeah, he
That's a
better be
little bit
lucky.
more.
Yeah. We actually got a battle up here, I believe, between the 65 and the 7. 7 up next to the wall. 65 used a little bit of the apron there.
14
He
coming
clears.
as well.
Here comes the 14.
Eric Borelli.
Evan looks like he's struggling
He
on
is.
that top lane.
That
He's
is
getting
Nate
awfully
Anderson.
loose. Yeah, Nate Anderson looks like he's struggling up on the top lane. Now, oh boy. Yeah,
Trying
that
to
looks
figure
like he's
out-
all up.
He's trying
Yeah.
to figure out a way to. It seems like he's trying to figure out a way to get this run off. Oh, no.
There he goes.
Oh!
Hard into the wall.
He's gonna
As
roll.
He's going to flip.
Caution will
Yellow
fly.
will come out for that.
Oh, what a hit. Good God.
Was there contact between him and
I
the
don't
35?
think so. I don't think so.
It was close. Let's see
No,
here.
he got loose.
Okay, I mean, it looked like Landon was closer
Yeah.
from my perspective, but I just could not tell.
Wow, that was absolutely insane, man.
He got too much of the apron. Ooh! Landon got close enough, though.
Wow.
And that should end Nate's night.
I think it might too. And it also looks like Sean LeJeune is done as well. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this, live from Darlington.
We're all looking to bring as much of the real world into sim racing as we possibly can. Our SimCraft Tilt and Pro Sim Racing pedal sets are here to elevate your rig, improve your consistency into and through the corners, and give you the ability to dial in your perfect pedal feel. Put your feet on the same pedals the pros use. From the braking zone to corner exit, get the most out of every corner with SimCraft.
Welcome back to Darlington for the Throwback Weekend 150 presented by Disabled Military Veterans, live for the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Grand National Series. Derek, you got some information.
So of course, we did see Sean Lejeune wreck on the backstretch. Of course, no yellow came out. And as we were going to break, we got word that he was 2 laps down whenever the yellow came out. We did some research and everything, and what we believe is the reason why he got DQ'd. At the start, he got an EOL, so he had to go to the rear of the field. From what I'm watching, he needed to get 1 car behind him, and he did not do that. So I guess he was the one that got black flagged, and so therefore, and he did not come down. That's the only way I see it, because I'm going back and I'm looking. He only hit the wall once, so it wasn't the incident count that got him DQ'd. So that's how I see it. Hopefully, you know, I would much rather hope that it was that, because if he hit that wall once, he must hit that wall and get, what, at least like 3 or 4 lost controls? That
would be my guess, too. I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Because my thing is he would have only had 6 at that point. Yeah, because he should have only had 6 at the most there because of the lost control.
His car didn't look like it was that bad damage, did it?
Yeah, so I don't know. His pace car drops back in. We're getting ready to go back green. Also on that, Todd Cray did not pit the first time back. He's back in traffic.
Yeah, he pitted a second time, which is very odd. Green flag comes back out, and it is Joshua Banks leading the way with Michael Trevarthian on the outside. Into number 31, Bill Elliott, Coors Light, and a Budweiser on the inside. So we're got battle of beer.
Did beat the 36 to the line.
Oh, Old Milwaukee in the wall. 65 Austin Marion. By the way, we got 3 beer sponsors running first, second, and now dropping back to 7.
Oh, contact between the 21 and the 65. May have gave some damage to the 21.
65 also got a lot of damage from hitting the wall earlier.
Yeah.
On that restart.
Yeah, some damage to the right front of the 21 there. As I think now he may have been regretting doing that, because now he's stuck back here in traffic, and he's actually now about to be under attack from the 11.
Let me explain something real fast for people that's watching this broadcast.
Oh! Getting loose.
What a save.
Dayz, oh my gosh.
Wow. That shouldn't have happened.
Nope.
Watch this. Oh. Woo. Anyway, let me explain something real fast while we watch Michael Trevarthian on board with him riding behind the 36 in the Budweiser, also running Throwback, represented by Ralph Earnhardt. Dale Jr. ran it and all that good stuff. Riding on board with Michael Trevarthian. This track is one of the toughest tracks these guys will go to the rest of. This is the toughest track these guys go to the rest of the year. It's gotta be.
I would much rather go to road course than go here.
This place is so tough. It is absolutely insane. As we got a pass, Kyle Frame, Jeff Smith. Ooh, Kyle almost kissed the wall there. How about Landon Lacey up to 5th right now in the peak antifreeze? Kyle Petty Throwback trying to get a run here on Jeff.
He should be able to make that pass as he dives it down in there. Looks like he has some momentum going down in there. He's already cleared the 65. He's going to come up, but the 65 is going to put the crossover move. Landon got a little bit loose there, coming up out of the corner.
You see the 61, not 65. Jeff Smith, that is Richie Evans on the front of that car. 8 straight championships won by the driver of the 61. No, not Jeff Smith, but Richie Evans, which is really cool, though, to see that throwback. And it's really cool because it looks like a modified on the side, so very awesome. Somebody just got in the wall up in front of Landon. Oh, Kyle Frame in the wall. Jeff going to go around him. Landon goes around him. Move Landon up to 3rd. Move Jeff back up to 4th. Todd Cray has worked his way back up to 6th place. We've got a battle back here. Austin Marion, Jeremy Rigney. And also you can go ahead and throw Eric in there as well.
Yeah, this is, of course, you know, the 21, he's pretty much pulled away from those guys. So now it's pretty much among the 65 and the 11.
Brandon is back out there, by the way.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is 10 laps down. He's back behind the field, so he's going to need a lot of help to get back into this race.
I absolutely love seeing these paint schemes, man. It does bring back a lot of memories from when I was younger. I remember my dad, I'm watching the 17 right now, as he's driven his car. Darrell Walter drove it into 1989, right there, Daytona 589.
Yep,
where he won the Daytona 500, then did the little victory dance in the victory lane and stuff. But I remember my dad, like, putting model cars together, not die-cast, just model cars of these cars. You know, a lot of the cars we're seeing he's done a die-cast of, such as the Davey Allison driven by Kyle Frame, the 17, of course. It's really cool.
It is, and of course, you know, I really don't know a whole lot about these paint schemes because I'm not old enough. I mean, I'm let's just be real, I'm not really old enough to know all these paints, but I mean, it does feel kind of nice, you know, to look at, you know, what kind of paint schemes and, you know, the stories behind these older paint schemes. I mean, I don't think paint schemes mean near as much as they used to.
I agree.
I mean, now it's pretty much all for the money.
And now it's all wraps and everything. There wasn't a lot of work that went into them.
Yeah, and it was cool to watch some of these really cool paint schemes that now that they can make in, what, 30 minutes now?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it took, what, days to make those paint schemes. So, I mean, it's cool to, you know, to understand, you know, what those drivers back in the day, what they got to drive. And, you know, and I just love it. I mean, this is actually, that's the only reason why I watched the Darlington race. I'm just going to be real with you.
I love the paint schemes. Me personally, I think the race is boring. Like, I'm going to be honest. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Darlington's not really one of the more exciting. Some people will try to argue about that. So, I mean, I just don't see it as that exciting.
I don't either. I love the paint schemes, though. So I do got a question for people that don't know. When we talked about this car that I'm looking at right now on my screen, that is the 11 of Jeremy Rigney, driven. That paint is by Rick Mast that he used to drive. Does anybody know why this paint is so important? What happened with this paint? Better yet, let's do it this way. It's set on the pole at what race? So let's put it that way. Anybody know that question? There's not much of really a trivia question, but it did sit on the pole at what race?
I gotta look at this. Oh, okay, yep.
I didn't know that was it. Like, I did not know. I was like, really? Like, I had to look it up. So really cool. Of course, the I will say that the race that this paint was in, Jeff Gordon won. As we got a battle back behind
it down
him.
to 83 races or 84. What is it?
Like 90, I think, or 87. Okay. I don't know.
You know what? It narrows it down just barely under 100. Yeah. Thank you, Adam.
There you go. Hey, you know how many NASCAR races there have been? We've actually had that question before.
I gotta say, it's up around like 3,000.
No, it's like 22,000, I think. Or not 22,000, 2,200. I believe is what it is.
Wow.
What it's at.
I didn't know that.
I had an exact number, but I forgot what it was.
Boy, kind of going back toward the back of the pack right now. Eric Minch just kind of minding his time.
He did that last night, man, and he had a top 5 finish. That's very impressive. I mean, he's not going to go out there, but look at his car. It's not damaged. He may have a little bit. Oh, there it is now.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, Minch, you're doing a good job. And now I see, is that the tower I see sticking out now?
And for people wanting to vote for Eric Minch, you can't see his paint on here. This is his paint that is on the broadcast now. That is actually what he's driving. We're having trouble with trading paints for some odd reason. We always have trouble with his car and Todd Cray's car. No idea why, but we do. And that is the paint he was running. So if you want to vote for him, that's what the link was I posted. Go there and vote for your favorite paint scheme. Once again, you can see all the paint schemes here as we go through some of them. And we'll just have a little quick glance at them and who they are. Of course, Michael Trevarthen dropping to Bill Elliott. There's Landon Lacey dropping to Kyle Pitty.
Trevarthen got in the wall pretty good.
He did. I seen the damage. Landon Lacey dropping to Pete Antifreeze. And go ahead.
Can we vote whose car looks most like a modified at the end of this thing?
I'm going to go ahead and say Jeff Smith looks like a modified because he's got some modified.
I don't know. I'm looking at Austin Marion right now. He's got a good
he's getting it.
He's looking pretty good now.
He's getting it pretty close. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So,
that's just it. Ooh. Rosenberger right up there next to the wall. Did he hit it? I don't know. He may hit it just a little. Not, no. Car looks pretty good.
Eric managed getting out of the way for the leader as Joshua Banks just passing Eric.
Kyle Frame gets in the wall again right in front of the 21. 21's got a lot of damage. I just now noticed that. 21's got a lot of left front. Is that left front? No, right.
Front.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
you're having trouble or not, buddy?
It's Saturday. I had to work a football game. Leave me alone. Oh, 57 gets in the wall again right in front of the 21.
And that is a good question, Mark. I wish I could answer that for you, man. I really thought he would be here. He's missed a couple races now. I don't know where he's at.
Who?
Skyler. Very odd. We do got a battle for the fourth position. Todd Cray takes it away. By the way, Todd Cray, second fastest last time by.
Let me guess, the fastest was Joshua Banks.
Yeah, it's not much of a surprise, though, but the thing is, man, he's got to put a complete race together. He always does these good runs, and he always comes up just short, second, third, because something happens towards the end. Same thing happened last night. So, I don't know. Still got a small battle back here with Jeff Schmidt and Eric Borelli for 7th. Eric taking a peek underneath Jeff. Jeff smacks the wall, gets the Darlington shot once again in the 61. Pretty cool looking view.
Sorry about that. Trying to see something. Ow. Sorry, a lot of noise in my ear.
So yeah, go vote for your favorite paint scheme. Of course, you know, everybody's got their own favorite driver, of course, like that runs these. And but yeah, these drivers really work hard on the paints. They like getting votes, and I think they actually win something if you win the paint scheme contest, which is pretty cool.
I'll tell you what, though, it is kind of nice to look at my pick to be out front.
Hey, mine's second. Don't you worry. He's coming. Bill Elliott ain't got nothing. Or Bill Elliott's got stuff. Sorry. I just said he ain't got nothing.
Well, this ain't Talladega now. You ain't got supersonic speed.
Hey, remember that? Like, I remember watching a video. And it was insane.
I hate it when people call me during these things. Yeah, my dad said that he was at that Talladega race whenever, whoa, Landon hit the wall now. He lost third.
Yeah, he did lose third.
Craig got around him.
Well, Landon, welcome to the club. Everybody else has been in it as well.
Has Joshua hit the wall yet?
You know, I don't think so.
Good job, Joshua. Keep it up. Now watch, he's about to go. He's gonna blow his motor here in a second.
No, don't say that. That'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
I know. Well, it's not you saying it, so it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, if I say it, yeah, if I start talking good about him, then he probably will.
Yeah.
Come on, Joshua.
Shut your mouth.
Michael Javarthian, who I picked by the way back in second.
Kyle Frame passed Landon.
Yeah, Landon's got a little bit of damage. I don't think he's hurting. I think Landon just may be letting him go, trying to. You got to look at it this way as well as we hop on board with Landon. It's kind of weird right now because tires are starting to change. The track's really starting to change. We're 27 laps in on this run right now with the 7 tires. So, I don't know. By the way, guys, go over and check out gofastracing.us. And, of course, with the throwback stuff, there still is stuff trying to be raced, by the way. Points and all that good stuff. I kind of forgot to mention that. Looking at the points right now, I'm trying to see how many are currently locked into the chase with it. We only got 3 more races before the chase. Of course, tonight, Disabled Military Veterans sponsored this race. Richmond next week, and in Chicagoland the week after, and then the start of the chase. Last week, Dylan Bowes picks up the win at Road America. Of course, we didn't broadcast that race. We didn't. And then
Austin Marion has pulled it back behind the wall. He's done for the night.
Okay. Austin Marion, and you want me to tell you what hurts him the most on that, Derek? He's your
go
points
ahead.
leader.
Who's in second?
No, Eric Minch. How about that? Hey, that's what happens when you take the time. Jeff Lupker, who's not in here.
Okay,
Eric Relly's fourth.
He's back there with Man, where's brother? Okay, he's a little bit ahead of. Well, no, they're right next to each other on the track right now. Mitch lets him go.
Eric Minch really could pick up a little bit of his points here.
But what is the point gap between the top three here?
21 between first and second, and then 30 from third to first. 34 from fourth to.
So it's still a somewhat big margin.
For a regular season, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it don't really matter right now because once the chase starts, all of it resets. But
Yeah.
you know, it is still somewhat important, I guess.
Yeah.
And Matthew Smith, welcome to the broadcast. I believe you are Jeff's brother. I'm not 100% sure on that, but welcome to the broadcast. Right now, let me give you a little update on Jeff. He's running in 8th place right now. He's done a good job. He's gotten to the wall pretty good on the right side. He's been running fairly good until the tires, as we got Landon Lacey on pit road, by the way. Not surprised to see this happen. So a lot of drivers are pitting for tires, but he started up in 8th, running 8th. He was up to 4th, I think, at one time. So don't be surprised if we see him back in the top 5 by any means. He's a good driver and a really respectable driver in this league. So as you see Landon coming down pit road, slow pit road by the way, 45-mile-an-hour pit speed. Landon pulling into his box, and he'll be down in the way here in just a moment. It should open everybody else to come down as well. They're going to see Landon. If they see Landon on pit road, everybody else will pit. And honestly, they better hope they pit, because if not, the driver of turn 5 is going to eat them alive with tires.
Yeah, well, it also depends on how much Landon wants to get damage fixed.
He didn't get none. He's straight left. 14-second stop.
Then.
And actually, that was the fastest stop we've had all night. Somebody just wrecked on a backstretch. That is the 81.
61. I'm not racing, bud.
Yeah, caution comes out.
You were just talking about... Adam, you were just talking about the poor dude.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's blown up. I just need to shut my mouth. Daggone it.
Oh, no.
Man, I hate to see that he blown up. And unfortunately, that's going to end his night.
He may have 8 minutes since he's able to drive it back.
Yeah.
He'll probably have 8 to 9 minutes of required repairs, but
man, that's horrible.
That is.
Dang, dude. I like Jeff. He's a really good driver.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. We'll be right back after this. I'm depressed now.
Fuel usage.
Averaging 0.10 gallons per lap.
Pit stop, add 5 gallons. Change right side only.
Hitbox in 10, 9, 8, 1. Bingo. 10-4, adding 5 gallons. Changing right side tires.
back here at Darlington, and I don't want to say the lucky dog because the person that was not lucky, as we showed him a second ago, was Landon Lacey. He was on pit road when the caution came out and went 2 laps down, and that's the thing, Derek. And he would have been considered lucky, I guess, if he would have been a little bit closer to the leader when he pitted. He would have only went 1 lap down instead of 2, but unfortunately where he was a little bit further behind Joshua, he went 2 laps down. So, Joshua Banks, Todd Crabe, Michael Trevarthian. Man, I don't know. Any of these guys can win it, I think.
And honestly, I just looked at
See,
it.
the Adam
We're
Curtis.
almost-
Hey, Zach, how you doing, buddy? The
We're
Adam
almost
Curtis.
halfway.
Who should I talk about next? Y'all tell me who I should talk about.
If any of you say Joshua Banks, I'm going to jump through this computer screen.
Well, Joshua Banks got a good card, and I think he may be able to
Shut
do
your mouth, Adam.
Face card pulls in. Wow. That's
Oh,
funny.
boy.
You know, that ain't no lie, though. I do curse a lot of people. Green flag's out.
You know what? I got something to tell you next time we go to break.
Okay. It's funny when other broadcasters start referring, and I respect all broadcasters. Oh, Eric Burley in the wall. I respect all broadcasters, what they do. You know what? Let's focus on the battle first. Todd Cray loses. Oh,
Did
somebody
Todd
else
Cray
got
take
loose.
2?
No.
Took 4. Okay.
You know, everybody on pit road took damage. Repair everybody.
Even Josh?
Josh actually only had about a second, it looks like. Everybody had it longer than a 15-second stop.
Good job, guys. Good job. But yeah, like I was trying to tell before we went green, we're almost halfway through this race.
We are. This race don't take long.
I was about to say, I just looked down at my watch. We've only been racing for about 30 minutes.
So yeah, what I was saying with other broadcasters, like I said, I respect all broadcasters. I don't compete against them. Most of them don't compete against me. A lot of them don't like me, but whatever. But when you got other broadcasters referring to people in the race as the Adam curse or the Chapman curse, it might be time to rethink everything.
Maybe we should just go to the camera guy.
I'm telling you, right? Oh, dang. All right, so
Boy,
good
the
battle
top
up here
three.
for third. Yeah.
Well,
for second.
let's see. First through third, pulled away. Fourth through. Actually, hold up. I can't even say that. Boy, I gotta love it when lap cars get in with the lead lap cars. It just messes with my brain. I mean, I know I'm not already the smartest, but when you put lap cars
You
in
see
there,
Atlanta Lacey, ain't you?
uh-huh.
You see him back here behind the 14. That is actually in 6th, I guess, but he is in 8th place. He's 1 lap down. So if caution comes out, Landon Lacey will be your lucky dog.
Oh, and by the way, Lennon, if you're listening, you're running in last now on the track. Does Jeff Smith? Jeff
Come
Smith has
on,
not.
Zach. Zach don't
Yeah.
want to pick him this week at Sonoma.
Jeff Smith just blew up.
Oh, and
He came
unfortunately,
back out.
wow. As soon as he come back out,
Yep, came back out.
Oh,
Was
that's
grinding
bad.
up through the gears, and poof.
and real fast, guys, I want to show Todd Cray's paint scheme on the broadcast as well because we did not get to show it. I want everybody, if you can, make sure y'all go over to that link I posted to vote. Because it does mean something for all these guys. I know for my paint that I made for Landon, it took probably about 4 hours. There is Todd Cray's paint scheme that is not being seen on the broadcast. So just want to show it out to everybody.
About to say, hey, yeah, Adam talking about it taking him 4 hours. He threatened to hurt me several times in the process of making that paint.
You know, I'm watching the battle for a second right now, but I want to speak about Landon's paint real fast. And the lines that go on the hood, from the hood to the side, was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. And I made some hard paint schemes. The Chase Elliott paint scheme was probably one of the hardest as well. The Sun Energy card that I painted.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did them lines, and you can see Landon right now, when I did the lines right on the side, you can see they're not exactly even either. Well, pretty much are. But when I did them lines on the side, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done painting.
Like, I've seen Adam mad. I've never seen Adam that
I
mad
was pretty
before.
mad.
Like,
Yeah,
He was. I mean, it was a sight. I should have been recording.
Yeah, I love
it
painting, but gosh, it was ridiculous. You wouldn't think something so simple would be that hard. And I mean, that goes to show you, you know, to the guys that did paint their paint schemes that's in here.
Huffenberg, I think, just blew up.
Did he?
Nah, engine's still running, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's coming on pit road. I don't know either.
He was on
You
pit
know
road
what?
the
No,
last
that's
lap.
scheduled. He did not pit during that caution. He was the lucky dog, or wait for own car.
That would be it.
Yeah, that is why he's on pit road.
And he killed the wall in turn 1 on that lap, too, so.
That could have had something to do with it as well.
Yep.
So let's take a look real fast at our mid-race summary for our mid-race report. 2 cautions so far for 7 laps, which is about what we had last night. So far,
we only had
57. We had 2. 57
whoa.
laps completed, 53 laps remaining. Lead changes so far 3 with Joshua Banks out in front.
Boy, and I'm right on board with Joshua. Oh my, I mean, kind of glad I'm up here for this race because I don't know if I could do all this. I mean,
Yeah,
this
is
is
a tough place, man.
yeah.
We keep saying it. Yeah, you drove this place in trucks.
Yeah.
It's tough in anything you drive.
Someone had the bright idea of bringing the Indy cars here at one time.
Yeah, no.
No.
Street
No,
stops
no.
would be fun here, though.
I mean, yeah, they were fun at Dover. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's just bring them on.
They'd be fun here, boy. I beat the heck out of them things if I ever came here.
Oh, you know what? Is that still in the talks right now?
It is.
I know that. Okay. Now, everyone that's out here watching, just wait a little bit longer. You're about to see some real fun racing.
I used to talk a lot about CFR Championship on here, and for people that don't know why I haven't mentioned a lot about it lately is because that was my league. We had to shut it down to get everything reorganized and fixed back up.
Joshua Banks got in the wall.
I see that.
Yeah.
That's not good. And actually, we got a battle for second. But
Parthians all over.
we're in the middle of talking which car we're going to run, whether it be the trucks or street stocks. And I kind of liking the street stock idea.
After me and Adam about beat the piss out of each other at Dover in the street stocks, kind of really changed our
Travarthian
mind.
second.
But Travarthian just murdered the wall, trying to tear down that wall. And all that does is...
Oh, wow.
Joshua Banks.
I just watched the 14 and the 57 both hit the wall at the same time. Here comes Landon Lacey by the 57 and Kyle Frame, or should I say Davey Allison.
And he's going to try to do the same. We're here to the 14, go to the bottom. Don't want to get too much of that apron. We've seen a couple guys spin out. Won't be able to get there.
Did you watch the finish of the Xfinity race today?
Nope.
It was one of the coolest finishes I've seen at Darlington in a long time. It was really cool. Denny Hamlin came off from turn, or had to lead going into turn 1. Got past, well, semi got past, going down the backstretch and did a crossover in turns 3 and 4. Was able to pass for the win. It was really cool.
21 and 31 were kind of beat on each other there, going up, and at 3, end up 31, end up giving away the position to him.
So
all that's doing right now is just helping Joshua, just kind of in his own, in his own area.
Yeah, you're all right, Jeff. Don't even worry about it.
What did he say?
Yeah, he said I'm not happy, but I'm also not upset because I'm losing to the chase. I agree. I mean, you know, you want to come here and win Darlington because it is the throwback stuff, but the chase is the main picture. And, you know, honestly, I'd rather win a championship any day than a race. So I agree completely. I'm going to put some more pressure on you, Zach. Don't you worry. Oh, 31 just plowed the wall. He's around. I don't know what happened to him, Derek. He's done. He just wrecked. Something had to happen to his computer.
You remember what happened back in the CFR championship with me here? That kind of looked like the same thing.
Oh, yeah. He got the wall coming out too, didn't he?
He got the wall and it got him loose.
Oh, man.
And guess what? No yellow.
You know what else just came true?
Adam Kirk.
Yep.
Hey, I'm still looking pretty good right now.
You've been going good lately, dude. Everybody you picked has done good lately. Man, everybody I picked.
You know, take me to Vegas, baby.
Wow.
Well, hey, right now that means LSU should be doing good this year. Titans should be doing good this year. Man, I may be going to a bunch of championships and Super Bowls this year.
You ain't going to the Super Bowl. Get out of here.
Okay, AFC Championship.
And we got somebody on pit road. Joshua Banks coming up pit road. It's a little early.
Scheduled?
22 laps in?
Maybe trying to make it to the end?
You can't make it to the end from here. There's no way.
Wait. How many laps did he run there?
22? Landon ran 30 last time before he hit pit road. There's no way I'm pitting here.
You may be trying to set it up for the end.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I can kind of see it pitting early.
By the way, to everyone, welcome to the Derek and Adam think tank as we're sitting here thinking about what in the world we're doing.
I don't really know.
I mean, how many laps we got left here?
We're 16 out of 110, so we still got like 42. Yeah.
Unless he saves.
There's no way he's going to go 40 laps. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can go 40 laps, but why not just cut that off in half? Why not just run 30 and have 30 more to go?
Well, I mean,
but these guys are 2 seconds already slower than what they put down to the best lap.
But I guess this way, though, he's making everyone else have to pit a little bit earlier.
That's just surprising me. I mean, who am I to question it?
By the way, Nick Saban almost just got ejected. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get that ticker next week, next broadcast.
Yeah, I'm
going to
try to work on that. It'd be cool to have.
And then Lacey on pit road.
So apparently you guys just seen something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Todd Cray is up to first now. Eric Borelli up in second. That's a good run so far for Eric. And Kyle Frey in third. How about Jeremy Rigney up to fourth? Of course, you got the 36 right in front of him. That's Joshua Banks, who is a lap down, by the way.
And he's not yet in the lucky dog position.
No.
Right now, but yellow
Eric
wants to
Mitch.
come out. It will go to Eric Mitch. So, and he's a hold. He's pretty much
a whole turn. Or a hold straightaway. Well, hold half a track. That's what it is. Half a track.
Yeah. Once again, guys, we are not the brightest at some of these things. It goes from a half a turn to a whole turn to a half a straightaway to a whole straightaway.
Pick Eric or Tommy. Hey, Eric's been on it lately, though. He won, what, 2 races, I think? I know he won the race in August. I can't remember if he won last week as well.
I don't remember.
Yeah. And for people wondering what Zach's talking about, Dynasty Racing League on Tuesday night is a Cup Series league that we broadcast. And it goes live at the same time. James Pandolph, who sometimes races in here, he raced last night in K&N Series. You can see him. And there's Landon Lacey. Landon's going to have to probably try to stay out in front of Todd here, because if Landon goes a lap down,
he's done for.
And Todd's pitting.
Not surprising.
So apparently I have no idea what I'm talking about. These guys are on pit road. Just saying, if a caution comes out, Eric's going to be really happy.
Todd would probably be grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah, he probably won't once he gets past if he goes a lap down, which I don't think he's going to go a lap down.
Depends.
He could, couldn't he?
Well, right now.
Yeah, he'll go a lap down. He will go a lap down.
We got a somewhat close battle for a lead here between Eric Borelli and Kyle Frame.
Oh, Frame.
And I say that, and let's see, Kyle Frame. Let me pull it up on my phone here as I have to scroll here for a minute. There's another Darlington stripe.
Cray, by the way,
no Derek Curse.
Cray, by the way, did go 1 lap down, but still, right now, Joshua Banks would be your lucky dog. Eric Mitch back on the lead lap, though.
Yeah, so I think now, I would almost think Banks would want a yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt him. I'm a little anxious to see what these other guys are going to pit.
That would keep Gray in front of him, though.
Yeah.
But we've seen, though, that Banks has got enough speed. Actually, hold up. I spoke too soon. Gray's a lap down. Banks is in front of him.
Yeah. Yep.
So Banks is praying for a yellow.
I'm anxious to see how this shakes up out and who's going to be third because
It'll be probably Eric Borelli.
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, because Landon, he's 3 down. He'll get 2 of them back as much time as he's probably gaining right now. As he just passed Jeremy Rigney, who's in 3rd place right now, about 11 or so seconds behind our leaders. Who, by the way, our leaders are in turn number 3, and that is Eric Borelli. He's actually kind of opened up his gap on Kyle Frame as Joshua Banks is about to make the pass to get his lap back. So, as we got to make sure he gets by him fairly cleanly here. Very dangerous part of the track right here to be trying to make a pass in turn number 2.
Yeah, now he is way faster. I mean, he's like 2 seconds faster, but, you know, Borelli still wants to run him hard.
Yeah. By the way, Todd Gray, he's now entering turn 3. He's in turn 3, so our battle for the lead is heating up.
You all right, yeah.
And thing is, now Banks is hoping Todd gets around Borelli as quickly as possible. Well, not as quickly as possible, but hoping that they're in a yellow now. You think Borelli's trying to run it out?
I was sitting there trying to add all this up. Oh, Borelli almost got into the wall. So is he out? No. It's kind of weird. I don't really know what's going on. I'm kind of surprised they're staying out this long.
Well, how many laps are they on?
36. I mean, there's no way you can be in. Somebody's off pace. Jeremy Rigney off pace. He may be out of gas. No,
he hit the wall.
Let me go back and look.
Yep. Lost it out of 2. Yeah.
Oh, hard hit.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised the caution didn't fly on that one.
Well, maybe it's because he was on the straightaway all by himself. That's probably why. Actually, did he even fully turn around?
No, he didn't.
No, I think, he went enough sideways. I mean, he was looking back up turn 2. But then we'll put him a lap down.
He's having a good run, too.
Mitch, right now, he's running in 4th. Has he pitted yet?
He has not.
Okay.
Right now, you got Joshua Banks on 14 lap tires, Todd Gray on 7 lap tires. That is the 2 freshest tires in their top 5. You got Jeremy Rigney. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm going to be honest. This is going to shake up everything because once these leaders do pit,
I mean, all out.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a chance that these guys, you know, like Eric and them may go a lap down themselves. I mean, I don't know if they will. Probably not.
It depends.
It depends when they pit. Yeah.
I mean, if they let Borelli, if they let Banks and Craig in front of them, if they get in front of them too, maybe. I would think they would have to pit, you know, because they're still 20. Okay. They're still 20 seconds behind Eric Borelli and Kyle Frame right now.
I don't know if he would go a lap down.
Especially as long as they've been able to stay up.
Per lap right now.
Yeah.
Joshua Banks.
Boy, in the battle between Banks and Craig right now, it's right at about a second. Actually, Craig looks like he's maybe running down Banks here.
Okay, another big pass that's might be happening here soon is Landon Lacey and Eric Mitch. We'll see how that plays out. Of course, Landon's on older tires, but we'll see how that plays out. That could be a battle for possibly 4th or 5th, I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we also got to see how many laps down Kyle Frame and Eric Borelli go down. Actually, Borelli just put Landon Lacey a 3rd lap down.
Yeah, he did.
Or Landon, he had to put Landon a 3rd lap down. So, which is kind of surprising. Is Landon that far off the pace?
He's not really, but He don't
It's
have
a
a
good-
ton of damage, but yeah, I mean, I say that, and here he comes. He's actually up on the bumper of Eric Borelli right now. I should let him maybe get past Borelli. That's what he is.
We got a battle heating up for third. Todd Cray all over the back of the 36.
This is big. This could be the battle for the lead. Should be the battle for the lead, actually.
36 is blocking.
This was the same position that they was in last night.
And who ended up winning the 21?
Todd Cray,
is-
yep.
Turn the wall, put
Contact.
it-
Whoa. 36 got a little damage on that one. A little bit on the right front.
Still take me to Vegas. Still take me to Vegas. Still take me to Vegas.
But in all seriousness, that's the only damage Josh Banks has. Hey, you gotta give that man credit.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, not so lucky. Kyle Frame on pit road.
Let's see, who would be winning my most looks like a modified tonight? I still think, I don't
I don't
know.
know, Jeremy Rigney now.
Let's take a good old look at that 11 car. Yeah,
I don't know.
I still think the
though.
65. I still think the 65, but
Yeah.
cars that are still in here. I'm not getting a 61 just because of actually the damage, not because of the paint scheme.
Yeah,
Actually, really, it's just his front end's all tore up.
yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
So Borelli's still out. He's on 45 lap tires. We know he's got a
Cray
pit.
is running away from Banks.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. There's an 8 lap difference on tires between them. I'm honestly not surprised. How about that? Kyle Frame takes 2 tires.
Trying to stay on the lead lap, I would take it.
He's will not stay on the lead lap, but he's going to take over. He's only going to drop back to 4. So there is a chance he may be able to jump into the top 3
Yeah?
once Borelli pits.
And I don't think Borelli's going to try to stay out this entire time. I mean, we got 20 laps
I'd
to
be
go.
surprised. I mean, the leader is only 10 seconds behind him.
Yeah, Cray's only 10 seconds behind. I don't know. Wow. Cray's pulled out to almost 2
Yeah.
seconds.
And to be honest, if Borelli does stay out, he's not going to be able to hold the lead, I don't think. He's losing 2 seconds a lap. So, you know, if it all adds up, Cray should catch him within 5 laps.
Yep.
If it adds up.
Wow. Yeah,
And
I think
Borelli pitting.
Banks is praying for a yellow.
Yeah, Borelli pitting. And Kyle Frame may have just disconnected, by the way. Or black flagged. I'm not sure.
Black flagged, more than likely.
Because he is still not dropped out. So our lead's going to switch over to Todd Cray.
Yep, he wrecked.
Oh. 2 tires
Coming
didn't
out
pay
of-
off.
Turned. Oh, wow. Just got loose. Hit that wall. And bye-bye,
that was it.
Kyle Frame.
Yeah. Man,
And-
2 tires just didn't pay off.
Wow, the lead's almost to 3 seconds.
How about Eric Minch having a chance to finish the top 3? Don't know if he's going to yet, but just saying.
Borelli still hasn't got to his pit box yet.
Yeah, he's pulling out.
I'm on replay like a moron.
So there's going to be a lap difference between Borelli and Minch, it looks like.
Maybe.
That's what it looks like.
Boy, Banks, I think, had this race under wraps until about 10 laps
Well,
ago.
As much as I hate to say it, we spoke about it, you know. He's come so close so many times.
He can't finish races.
Yeah, and it feels like he has a little bit of trouble finishing. Because I know he wants this one.
Oh, and he just murders the wall as his night gets worse.
He's got quite a bit of damage.
And I think now he's just overdriving the car, just trying to
Yeah,
get anything he
Yeah, I
can.
agree.
And I mean, I don't blame him either. I
No,
mean,
you really
especially,
don't have to blame him.
yeah. Boy.
How about the
Borelli's about to
call?
pass.
I got to give a shout out to Tim Giles, who is Eric Borelli's spotter. I've got to give him a call. He's the one that makes the calls for Eric when to pit, when to stay out, and all that. And
Yeah.
Eric listens to whatever he says. Got to give a shout out to him because I don't know if Eric will be 3rd right now if it wasn't for them calls.
That is very likely. Landon has a chance for 4th.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's about even right now with Eric as far as time goes. We'll see. He's about a second back. He was 2/10 faster last time. Actually, he's 5/10 faster last time.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, speaking about the spotter to driver relationship, yeah, I mean, really though, I mean, whenever you're racing without a spotter, that's just too much, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, to sit there thinking about fuel strategy and all that, and you know, it helps though whenever you're racing with a team too, because then everyone can kind of bounce stuff back. But when it's just you all by yourself, it's almost impossible. So to have a spotter, be able to sit there and like while he's sitting there kind of spotting, especially if like you're out in the lead all by yourself and there's not that many cars, he can sit there and be writing stuff down during an entire run just to be able to map out when you need to pit.
That's what he says too. He just constantly writes stuff down. Pretty cool.
And boy, Banks is dropping.
Yeah, I've noticed that. He's already about 7 seconds.
It's going to be probably 8 or 9 here for too long.
Yeah, I think his tires are going 31 laps.
Yeah, almost definitely.
I mean, he will make it all the way to the end, you know, as far as field goes. But, you know, he's lost so much time. It's as much as weird as this is going to say, though, he was only a 10th off last time by. Not even a 10, not even a full 10.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm surprised by that too, actually. Fastest on track last time was Eric Borelli.
Doesn't surprise me there, though.
Yeah, with the new tires and stuff. Oh, I'll give it a little bit more updated version here once we cross the line. That time by, yeah, Todd Cray 5 cents faster.
Yeah. I
And,
mean, we're at 10 to go here.
Yeah.
Wow. You weren't kidding when you said quick race.
This race don't take long, man.
I mean, right now we're sitting at about 54 minutes. We're going to go on in, 53 and a half minutes. Now, this was actually a fairly short race. I was actually really surprised by that.
Guys, we do not broadcast tomorrow any race. I'm going to watch the Darlington race myself. So we don't broadcast tomorrow. Do broadcast Monday for the start of the Red Light Racing Series Chase, which is going to be fun.
Where are we at Monday?
It should be in the B car, I think.
Okay. Well, I think I'm not at work.
And then Tuesday, Dynasty Racing League. Wednesday, Sim Racing Short Trackers. Thursday, Go Fast Racing League. Actually, I think we're off Thursday.
We are looking at
We are. We do not.
Are we really?
Yeah.
We are. Actually, I think the K&N's off too.
Really?
Yep. I'm only seeing one race next week, and that's for the Xfinity. They go to Richmond.
No, K&N races 2 laps, I think.
Yeah, it's not on the schedule I'm looking at. So
Really?
I'm looking at the thing right now. Yeah, I've seen it. Actually, I don't see him for 2 weeks. Hold up.
Well, you look at the schedule I sent you.
No, hang on. Wait a second.
Because we're at Richmond for 200 laps.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I was about to say I forgot they don't put the K&N sessions up till the day of.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah. So Landon Lacey does have a chance to pass Eric Minch here for 4th. The battle's slowly getting closer, about 6/10 back, and now 5/10.
Well, they're running 2 completely different lines here.
They are. Landon's really high up off the.
And he got a great run right there. I was beginning to question if he was going to have enough time, but right there through turns 1 and 2, he gained a lot of time.
That? Oh, no, I was about to say Eric Burrows just took up a second, but that was not for position. So we're watching Landon Lacey right now battle.
Landon Lacey's faster. Landon Lacey's faster through 1 and 2, but don't be surprised here. This double zero.
Oh!
In the wall hard. That's going to end him.
That may throw a caution.
No.
Caution comes out. Todd Cray wins.
Oh.
Wow, Todd Cray just about died. Man. So Landon Lacey's going to finish in 6th place instead of 5th. Or 4th. But, wow, that literally scared me. I actually jumped when that happened.
I thought he was up a little high, and I thought he was about to take the 00 with him.
Good Lord. Well, Kyle Petty's no more.
It's okay. I probably would have done the same thing with that car. Let's just be real here.
So Todd Cray is going to pick up back-to-back wins here at Darlington. And a big win. Got to give it to Eric Minshew, who's going to finish fourth.
You
That's
had
really good for
one
him.
job, Landon. One job.
Oh, man.
Oh, he couldn't hear me anyway.
I bet Landon's going off right now.
No! Oh, you got no idea. I already know what he's saying right now.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Telling my Sam.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Whew. Boy, but what a night, though.
That's funny. Alright, so we're going to come to the white flag this time by. And we'll take a look at some of these paint schemes before some people go. Just in case you guys decide to vote, and if you haven't, go vote. Voting ends as soon as the checkered flag. Of course, Eric Minch, you've seen his paint scheme right there. And there was the winner, Todd Cray, who will win tonight. His paint scheme. I don't think you can vote for Todd, though. Landon Lacey right there. Jeremy Rigney. Michael Trevartian. A couple other guys out there as well. Jeff Smith. Nate Anderson. This has been a fun race, though, I'm not going to lie. Really has.
It has been.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah, I agree. I actually did not think it would be this much fun, but it was a good race. Everybody was looking forward to this race in a way, though, so pretty cool. So white flag comes out, and Todd Cray is going to see get his second checkered flag of the weekend. Hey, Lance, how you doing, buddy? Got to give it up for the 21, though. I mean, honestly, you got to feel for Joshua. In all honest, though, I think, I don't want to say, I guess you could say one of the biggest moves of the race was for Eric Borelli, though.
Staying up for as long as he did, yeah. I do have to agree with that. Yes, he did get back on the lead lap. Of course, he won't mean a whole lot, but
Landon said he's going to go throw his computer outside.
Hey, bud, are you about to go sell your sim, too?
Hold on, wait. He just messaged me and said I'm selling it.
Hold up. You ain't gotta chunk it.
You just send it our way.
Just give it to me. I'll take
Derek
it.
your computer, I'll take the wheel.
Yeah. You can take the wheel. I've already got that wheel. Can you send me the shifter?
The pace lights are going to go off, and Todd Cray is going to be the winner for the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Grand National Series, presented by Disabled Military Veterans. And Joshua Banks just decided to kill the wall.
And himself.
I think he's mad, and I don't blame him. Wow, what a big win for Todd Cray.
I call that a 90-degree hit there. He hit that wall, and that it looked. Oh man, ooh, 90 degrees.
We're gonna bring in our winner, Mr. Cray.
Where's he at? I can't move him anyway.
I got him. Yeah, I'll get in here, man. I'll let him just burn out. Alright, we're going to bring in our winner. And by the way, there is his car. I'm going to leave it up there anyway.
I wish I knew what it was.
Sorry,
I wish I knew what it was like to do a burnout.
Wow. Hey, Todd, you got me?
Got you loud and clear,
Man, I don't even know what to say. Back-to-back wins last night, K&N tonight. The big race, the Grand National Series. Talk us through that, man. That was a tough race.
Yeah, man, super pumped on this one tonight. I'll tell you, I think last night gave me some good experience on getting into 3 and 4, and had some big mishaps tonight. Didn't know if we were going to be able to make it up. Actually missed a pit stop, and I was a little worried there. I knew we had a lot of time, but then when I was in the pit, I didn't get all my repairs done, which something weird kind of helped me. I don't know, but it's just things just went our way tonight, man. Super excited.
Let me ask you, out of so far all of the races you have done, where does this one rank as far as being up there?
This is right up there, top 3. I mean, heck, this might even be my best one, man. It was just cool with the all the throwbacks going on, and just racing with guys and just getting a different feel when you're next to cars, and the feeling, the nostalgia, just really cool. And then the disabled military veteran night, giving it out to all those guys and everybody serving the country. Lazy Dayz, Go Fast Racing, Trackside Racing Network, Swisher Sweets is on the card tonight. I don't know if anybody got to see that.
Yes, I did.
That's an old friend of mine, Robbie Moroso. I worked with him the last 2 years before, he had his accident, and so I was thinking about him a lot tonight. And man, just awesome night. I want to also send a shout out to my big man, Alan Hollowleg, for supporting me all the time.
Let me tell you something real fast. Joshua Banks is eventually going to start hating you.
And we actually had a pretty good run last night too. I think he missed the pit last night, and tonight I missed the pit, so it was pretty interesting.
Man, good job. Congratulations. Big win.
Yep, thanks, Adam. Appreciate the good call, man. I love it. Thank you.
No problem, buddy. You too. I gotta give it out for Joshua or Todd. Sorry. This next interview probably not going to go as smooth, but we're going to see.
I don't see it.
Hey, Josh, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, you got to be frustrated.
No, you got to be right.
I really don't even know what really to ask during the interview part as far as this goes, because, it's like, and I don't know if you got an explanation for it, but I got to ask the tough question, I guess. But we see you. Every week we see you up front. It is every single week we see you lead laps. We see you up front, but you always have trouble closing it out. Is there an issue, you think? Is it something that you got to work on? What's the deal with that?
It's something different every freaking race. It's either something happens, like yesterday with the pit stop. I don't know what the deal was. I just didn't expect it soon. Tonight it was when Michael Javarthian went into pits. I thought that was scheduled pit stops. So I'm thinking, dang, that's early, but I'm thinking that also he might gain some time. Thinking that in my mind as a driver, he's going to gain some time with fresher tires with me staying out. So I went ahead pit. Then I realized, oh, shoot, it's too early. And then Todd stayed out longer, of course, and was able to do what he just did. So I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just a crappy night.
You got to, I mean, of course you got to be happy with second, but, it's second. You've been second so many times this season, or third, or just fourth, or just have something bad happen. Todd's eventually just going to have to stop racing. I mean, I don't know, but we know for a fact that you can win races. We've seen you win races plenty of times, even on this with different leagues and stuff like that. What do you think? Next week, Richmond, short track racing. Do you think you'll have a good run? I don't want to say do you expect to win, because you just never know right now. How do you feel about heading there?
I mean, the last time I raced there, started out pretty good, but that was my rookie race there, I guess you could say. Right. So going in there now as a little bit more experienced on the track, I feel like I can come out strong and hopefully come out with a decent finish, hopefully with the win. Be honest, tonight I wasn't expecting to win, because I knew we had some drivers here, Landon, Todd, and Michael, even Brandon for that matter. They had some good laps in practice, and I was expecting them to be good in the race. So I wasn't expecting to be leading like I was tonight, but it just happened to lead and screwed it up.
Well, 57 laps led, man. Disappointing, I know, but you can take that and still hold your head high, because you got everything down but the last part. And of course the last part is the most important part, but other than that, I mean, you're spot on. You're right there at the door knocking, wanting in, but right now, unfortunately, that's part of racing, I guess you can say. Anybody you want to, shout out or anything like that?
Just a shout out to our sponsors. I think it's Dayz, I believe, sponsoring this league. Shout out to them for sponsoring, and for Skylar and Nate and everybody doing the league, doing a great job, and Gwen, Adam doing the broadcast, and yeah.
Thanks, man. Go out there and get a win next week.
I'm going to try. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, buddy. And also, guys, he's got a YouTube as well. Dusty Vengeance is his YouTube. Next up, we got Eric Borelli. Hey, Eric, you got me?
Mr. Chapman, good evening, sir.
Man, first off, I got a question for you. You started way back in 12th. You, honestly, you was pretty much mid-pack all night. Then you made a call. Well, should I say Tim made the call and kept you out, and you managed to get back up to third. Your car looked really good, though. Talk us through that, man. That was some interesting strategy that you played.
Yeah, you know, we, to be honest with you, this track is a lot for me. I'm not used to running here. So, you know, we ran practice. I think we were like 9th and 10th in practice and kind of junk, you know. So, like, you know, we're going to start in the back. We'll just see how it goes, you know. And we ran through the race, and, you know, guys, you know, took themselves out. There were, you know, a couple incidents and stuff. We slowly moved up, and then towards the end of the race, we were able to get on point there for a few laps and get a couple points. And Tim and I were bouncing info back and forth, and, you know, we were going to just try to stretch it the whole way, but the car was just getting way too loose, you know, so we decided to pit, get 4 and half a tank, and we came back P3, so pretty happy with it.
Let me ask you a question. When you come into a race like this, knowing it is Darlington, and everybody's going to get damaged, it's Darlington, it happens. How do you come in approaching this type of race? I mean, it's so tough, but and what is your mindset coming into a race like this?
You know, certain tracks you can kind of go into it, you know, with a mindset that you'll be able to run it hard, run the guys you race with hard, you know, because you know how they're going to run. You know, going into this track, you know, like I said, it is a highly technical track compared to what we usually run, you know. So me personally going into it, I was a lot more cautious, you know. I wasn't getting to the corner so deep. I wasn't getting off, you know, getting on the gas too early, you know, for fear the car would spin out. So it was kind of, you know, almost driving with like an egg underneath the pedal, you know, and just really coaxing it around the corners and not getting over my head.
Man, I got a question for your spotter real fast. Tim, you got me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, what was it like? You had to make a lot of tough calls tonight, I mean, with the pit strategy and stuff, and ultimately it seemed like it really played out. What was it like going through all that stuff, trying to get that call worked out?
Well, you know, a race like this, it always throws you a curveball, and all you got to do is try to catch it. And that's what we did tonight. You know, we just took a chance and paid off for him.
Yeah, for a lot of people that don't know, Eric is one of the only drivers in here that uses a live spotter. There may be one other person, but most of the time it's just him, and Tim does a lot of spotting, and he does a great job, as you can tell by finishing third. Eric, a good run tonight, man. Is there anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to Nate and Minge for admitting tonight. You know, the guys do a great job as always every week. Shout out to Tim. He said without Tim, we've talked about this a few times, definitely would be lost to the sauce, you know. He's definitely a great spotter and gives us a ton of feedback, and that's exactly what I need at some of these tracks. And shout out to you, Adam, doing a great job as always, man. And shout out to my crew at Dayz Racing, you know. Getting close to playoff time. We're going to start rocking and rolling here, and you're going to really see LDR push it, and hopefully we'll be up front.
For anybody out there interested in Dayz Racing, is the sponsor of the series as well. Make sure you all check them out. If anybody out there iRacing looking for a team as well. Eric, Tim, good to catch up with you all, and hope to talk to you here soon next week.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Tim. Real fast, guys, before we get off the air, before I get to final thoughts on Derek's part, we did a thing a few weeks ago. Well, it lasted about a month for juvenile diabetes research with the. It was mixed in with what is the name of it? St. Jude. It was mixed in with them, and we tried to raise money. I want to let everybody know we did raise $125. So that was the final tally of it. So very awesome, and round of applause to everybody. I know there was a couple people in here that donated, that watched the stream. I don't want to give a shout out because y'all didn't want to shout out, but you know who you are. Very much appreciated for that donation that you gave. That was awesome. So, Derek, thoughts on the race, man?
Great race, man. I was actually really happy. I got to, come back up in the broadcast booth and I'll be able to call this great race. Of course, I don't get to go to Vegas now because I didn't pick the winner. But overall, it was a great race, and I hope to be back next week and be able to call another great one.
Guys, I hope you got your votes in for your paint schemes. We will post the winner of them here tonight once I get the confirmation of who it was that won. Thanks, everybody, so much for watching. Have a great night, and we'll talk to y'all Monday night. God bless. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. Once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day